Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be finding out what can you do to make more friends. This reading was requested by Sam ASMR 25. So this is a very unique request. I kind of like getting challenging videos where it's just like, you don't really see much of this often. So this is actually a really interesting topic. Okay, so what can you do to make more friends? I felt like that at some point in my life. I'm like as an adult, it is hard to make friends, and I don't mean hard to meet people, but hard to like establish like a network where you're like very locked in, unless you're into like the same interests. But with me being a Gemini, I take up a new interest and then I'm like, okay, cool. I'm no longer feeling this. I can't sustain this. Let me go and move to a different one. Okay. But yeah, so this could be interesting. I also want to say massive thank you to everyone as usual for always continuously supporting this channel. You guys don't understand how much I love you guys to the moon and back, because honestly, where would I be without you guys? And also those who have been very supportive of my other channel, Awkward Confidence. For those of you who are new here, I'm an independent artist, and the best way to support me is to just engage in my content. So just dropping a comment down below, even if it's just an emoji, it just helps with engagement. And best of all, it's free. Okay, so with that being said, oh yeah, I also have a music video that came out on Valentine's Day entitled Gender Wars. Now, it's not me singing. I haven't really sang much on that channel. It's been mostly rap. I'm a conscious rapper, so I like to rap about things, about the world, and I'm showing my sociology degree here and there, but just world issues, social issues here and there. But I will tap into something more light and flowy and singy, right? So enough about me. We have 3 piles. Pile 1, we have Transcendence. Okay. Pile 2, we have the Rose Phoenix. And pile 3, we have Kintsugi. So go ahead and pick your piles. I'm going to start. So pile 1, 2 minutes and 10 seconds. You guys chose Transcendence. Okay, so what can you do to attract more friends? I just want to make a disclaimer. I'm going to make it in every pile. Alice Love Exists has recently launched a channel where she already has had a subliminal channel, but this channel is more so on the lo-fi sounds, chill vibes, music kind of wave of manifesting. So she did upload something to do with like getting asked out by friends, socializing. So that's another way to interact and make new friends. So you can go ahead and try that as well. Okay. But we have Transcendence. So let's see. We have Perfect Timing. We have the Great Severing, Mars Energy, Anger, Conflict, Softening to Love. We have 39, Accept Love. 3 is all about foundations, friendships, creations, supportive networks, okay? But 9 is all about endings. But 3 and 9 together make 12, which rounds back to 3, okay? So the 9 here is indicating that maybe for some of you who do already have friendships, there may be a need to either transform them, end them, or make room for, better friends. We have Nurtured, May You Be Loved and Cared For. We have water sign energy with the Page of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and then we have earth sign energy with the King of Pentacles. So what can you do to make friends? Okay, I'm getting, for some of you who have dealt with betrayal in your friendships, you're being asked to reevaluate qualities that you are overlooking in your friendships. So say, for example, if you make friends with people based upon the vibes, like, oh, we just hit it off, or things were great, or they just wanted to hang out with me and I wanted to hang out with them, and talking to them just seemed like a vibe, or, I just see them all the time and I don't want to be alone. You're being asked to reevaluate how you make your friends. So say, for example, if you just look for good vibes and good chemistry, there's nothing wrong with that. But you're being asked to look for consistency, especially with the King of Pentacles. Like, in order to attract the right friends, like, are they reliable? Are they loyal? Are they consistent? You're being asked to analyze the characteristics of who they are before even calling them a friend, as opposed to, we met the first day, we hit it off, we started talking, and that's it, Observe people's patterns over time before making friends with them. For some of you, you may not be the one to initiate the friendship. You may just kind of like keep to yourself. You may be a bit more introverted. But with the Page of Cups, you're being asked to extend the olive branch whenever you do sense that, okay, this seems like a reliable person. This seems like someone who I can call a friend. I've been observing them for quite a while. This is in cases of like you've met in real life, like not online, like you've met in real life through work, through hobbies. For some of you, you may need to join more hobbies and join clubs and put yourself out there more, especially if you resonate with being introverted. Some of you may wait for people to come towards you, but then some of you may not leave the house without a good reason, or some of you just keep your distance in general. I would highly recommend meeting people in real life, befriending people in real life, because online there's nothing wrong with that, but it just feels a lot more organic when it is in real life. You feel like there's a sense of like, I've got a feel of their energy, because people online can pretend to be something they're not, or online you don't really get to know the person in depth. Like you only see like one version of them. And online, it's easy to present yourself one way, but then in real life you'll kind of get to know someone on a deeper level. So you're being asked to kind of like put yourself out there. With me, I really enjoy meeting people, new people in general, even though I am introverted. It's not to say I don't have friends. I do, but I'm very selective. Like the people that I hold closest to me are people who I've gone to school with. And that was time ago. Like I'm 26. These are people I met when I was in like secondary school. And for those of you who don't know what secondary school is, it's basically high school, right? So I haven't really had to meet anyone new, and anyone who I've met after that, like after university even, it's always come from similar hobbies. So I dance for fun, so I'll meet them at dance classes, or if someone who I do meet online is through another friend of a friend where I've bumped into them in real life, but they already knew of me online. Or me doing music, I meet people through gigs. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like real life, but it's based upon the things that I enjoy. But then I can't meet friends through work, because everyone at my workplace, first of all, is older than me. And second of all, it's more of like, again, I have nothing against the age, but it's just the interests may be very different based upon the age. I'm giving Gen Z most of the time. I like to send memes, but the people older than me may not get it. They're like, no, what is that? And it also just depends on like, characteristics. Sometimes people vibe and sometimes people don't. And when I go into the workplace, I go into it with the mentality of, okay, this is a place where, it's just a job. Like we're not trying to like make long life friends. This is just a job. Jobs come and go kind of vibe, right? But when it comes to my passions, because I can't imagine ever giving up my passions, it feels more longevity, right? So you guys are being advised to go out more. I'm also getting go out alone. And that's going to be so strange at first. Because even the people who I've met, where I've got really good friendships with, but even fell in love with, I've had relationships where I meet the person of like someone who I fall deeply in love with. It's always in real life, whereby I went out by myself. I liked what I was doing. So I'm like, you know what, I'm going to look good. I like to look good no matter where I'm going. So I'm just going to go out and just see what happens. I don't go out with the intention of I'm going to make friends or I'm going to find love. I just go out because I'm like, hey, I want to do this really cool thing. My friends are not really interested in these things. So I'm just going to go out and just see what happens and enjoy where I'm going out for. And then lo and behold, that's how I make new connections. I'm like, hey, wow, you're really good. Or, oh my God, I really liked your performance. Or, oh my God, I didn't know you were like this. We should exchange social medias. And it usually just stems on from there. So you guys are being invited to like go out more. In fact, you don't have to wait to be invited. You just, if you see something that you really like, it's part of your passion, and you're like, you know what, I could really go for that. Turn up by yourself. You never know. You might surprise yourself. You might surprise the kind of people you meet, But I'm also getting energy for some of you guys who have been betrayed, or some of you guys who have been a bit closed off to people. You are being advised to accept love. So some of you, whether you're aware of this or not, you may carry a certain vibe about you that kind of makes people feel a little bit intimidated, as in like, I don't know if I should approach Pawan. I don't know if Pawan is open to me, is receptive. I feel like Pawan, it seems a bit, if you have a resting bee face, that could be one of the things. Maybe smile more. But for others of you, it's just more of a case of like an energy thing where people just feel like, ooh, like, how do I approach a power one. Like power one like doesn't look like they're inviting, and that may not even be the case. You may be like, wait, I'm friendly AF, Gemini, Empress. Like, what are you talking about? But energy is wild. Like I know a lot of people who are very like eager to make friends, but their energy that they exude doesn't scream like they're open to it. It's more of a case of like, oh, I'm a little bit awkward, I'm a little bit shy, I don't know. But once someone actually makes the effort to these people, they actually open up. So maybe some of you guys could be a bit more like that, where you wait for someone to approach you. But if you have been waiting for people to approach you and it hasn't not been working, then try something new. If you see the opportunity to go and talk to someone, I'll say, hey, you know, ask questions like, oh, what brings you here? I've just been here, you know, just spark up a conversation, you know. And what helps with me is I like to ask people questions, because I'm not really good at carrying on a conversation, but I feel like, hey, let me just ask them a bunch of questions, even if they're random, and just see where things can go. And then with time, like, if they are receptive to me, they will also ask me questions about my life. But if they're not as receptive, then they will kind of just be answering them and just kind of like deading the conversation, you know? But some of you may give off an energy where you need to be in this energy of more receptive, as in like, I'm open to make friends. Some of you may come across to people where you're a bit like, I'm not in the mood to make friends, or if it's like a facial expression where you may not smile much, okay? Because we do have great severing, Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. So yeah, some of you guys may not realize that you come across as closed off, okay? But don't worry, I do feel like you guys will make friends with time, because you do have perfect timing, okay? And I feel like you guys value yourselves a lot. Like, you don't just want friends, you want good quality friends, you know? Like, some people just want friends, whether they're good quality or not. Like, people just want friends. Whereas you guys, you're like, you want friends, but you want it to be good quality. You want it to be not one-sided, you know? Like, I remember, like, someone was commenting, like, oh, when I have friends, I have, like, a good friend, but when I see other extroverted people like hanging out in groups, it kind of makes me wish I had that, you know, things like that. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I have felt that way at some points, where I'm like, oh, like that looks really fun. And but then at the same time, I've also had a lot of friends at some point, and I felt like if it's not genuine, if it's very superficial, where it just looks good on the outside but there's no depth, it doesn't feel good, you know. So what you guys are looking for is someone who you can have fun experiences with, you could do really fun hobbies with, but it's like genuine, like you actually have a blast, like it's not just, you know, surface level, okay? But this comes with change within yourself, transcendence. So I'm getting there's an energy for you guys need to, oh, no, my earring's falling off. Random. Maybe you guys need to pay attention more. I'm joking. There's a need for you guys to make some changes when it comes to you. Not to say that you're not like friendly, but it's like being in this energy of like being open with people, because some people may sense that you are a little bit closed off, and that could have been due to like past situations that have made you a bit more distrustful of people, a bit on guard. So there's a need to let your guard down a little bit, and just know that you're not being judged, okay? You're not being judged. And it makes sense to have your guard up, because people can betray you, right? It's never going to come from someone you're not close to. But there's a need to be a bit more receptive and more open to making friends. And that happens energetically, and just being more of yourself. Some of you guys are really friendly, sweet people, but it's just a case of like showcasing that, you know. Some people may feel like, oh, I don't feel like they want to vibe with me, you know. And also, if you do get a bad like energy feeling about someone, don't pursue it. Like, if you don't get a good vibe from someone, don't force it. This is like only going to apply to the people that you don't get a bad vibe from. Like, you're actually like, oh, that person looks friendly, I just don't know how to spark up the conversation, or I don't know how to make things happen. I would say, like, don't be afraid to start the conversation. But if you don't get a good energy from someone, like, don't pursue that, you know, because we have nurtured, may you be loved and cared for. You guys are looking for quality friendships, not just, I just want people to hang out with to do this, you know. Me being a Gemini, my friendship groups are very like different. So when I have birthdays or baby showers, it's mad awkward, because this personality does not mesh with this one, but I have multiple personalities for each type of friendship group. I'm like, there's a funny wild side of me, so I hang out with the people who bring that out of me. And then there's a side to me where like, okay, these are the other friends that are like more stable, more calm, more reserved, you know, that Zen energy, you know. It just depends on who I'm with. But mixing them all together can sometimes be awkward. So I feel like you guys, the more comfortable you feel with yourself, the more comfortable you're going to feel with people in general. Because there's so many people that I'm not open to, and I don't know why. Because I'm like, They haven't done anything wrong to me. They don't give me bad vibes. I don't know why I feel very shy and just with them, even though they're very friendly, okay? But there has to be something that really bonds you together. So I would say trying new activities, new skills, new hobbies, going out. Yeah, like with me, this Friday, I'm going out to a party, an only girls party, because I'm like, you know what? I'm up to make more friends with some women. I'm here to meet different women. So I'm going to an only girls party, and I'm just going by myself. But I looked online, I'm like, oh, okay, there's a group chat. Okay, cool. I'm going to join that group chat and let everyone know, hey, I'm going on my own. Is anyone else going on their own as well? And then I link up like that. They're like, hey, I'm also going on my own. Let's meet up. And then, so sometimes it just happens from like seeing something, an interest that you want to pursue and then making friends. But you got to be open to it. You can't be closed off. You can't be silent and wait for the person to do the heavy lifting with the conversations. Like you got to be in this energy of wanting to be more receptive, okay? And again, it has to be mutual. So if someone's giving you a bad vibe, don't pursue it. But equally so, if someone's trying to be friends with you and so you're trying to be friends with them and they're not as receptive to you, then of course don't force it. But you meet like-minded people in these types of places where you put yourself out here more, okay? But that's all I'm getting. I'm going to move on to the next pile. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want a personal reading, just email me. Okay, so for pile 2, we have 1616. Pile 2, you guys chose the Rose Phoenix. I don't know why I'm hearing Celine Dion, I'm Alive. So random. So random, okay? Maybe you guys need to be a bit more lively, okay? As I talked about it in pile 1, Alice Loves exists. She does subliminal, she does card readings, but she also has recently launched a new channel for like lo-fi sounds that you can use to manifest, and she did do one about getting asked out to hang out with friends and meet new people. So I would highly recommend listening to that if you're interested in wanting to get out more and make new friends, okay? But we have Remain Positive, we have Fall Into My Arms, Surrender, Holding the Opposites Extremes to Life. We have 62, Share Your Gifts. 6 is all about balance and reciprocity, and 2 is about alignment, partnership. Together is 8. We have Choices, May You See the Opportunities. We have 8 of Wands. Did I say Taurus? Very random. I meant to say fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And then we have earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Okay, maybe the next person you're friends with will be a Taurus, or maybe you guys are a Taurus. Maybe you guys value loyalty. You value stability and loyalty. Common shared values, okay? But with this 62, I feel like similar to part 1, you're looking for quality friendships, not just like, oh, you're good for a good time, or when we want to go out and do something fun, like you're going to be my friend. Like this is like all around friendships, like something that can actually stand the test of time, where it's equal reciprocity, okay? You're being asked to put yourself out there. For some of you, this could even start online. Don't be afraid to hit people up and be like, hey, I really like your, I don't know, content, or I really like your pictures, or I love your outfit. Where did you get? Like, I'm getting a compliment vibe, okay? Especially if you're a woman watching, you're being asked to compliment people more, kind of show more interest. Because some people actually would love to be your friend, pal, too, but they just get a vibe from you that maybe like they don't want to come across as like, like really up your ass. Like they're just like, I don't know how part 2 will feel about me. You have people in your energy actually do want to be close friends with you, but maybe I don't know, maybe you don't show that you're very like interested in being their close friend. I'm getting part 2, you could be friends with anyone who you want. I feel like people are just waiting on you. They may feel like, oh, I don't know how to approach part 2, but you're being asked to start it off like in a very like playfully, maybe even flirtatious, kind of jokingly flirtatious way, like compliment people like, hey, I really love your outfit, where'd you get it from? Love your aesthetic, like something like that. Or, oh my God, I didn't know you listened to this band, or I didn't know you listened to the artists. I love their music. Oh my God, have you been to their concert? I know I have. I really enjoyed it. Like you're being asked to like start conversations and compliment people, okay? Because I'm getting a lot of people would like to be your friend with Choices. But it's just you guys may be really selective. That's the energy I'm getting with the 6 of Pentacles. You may be really selective of who you want around you, which is normal, like you don't want to be friends with everyone, but yeah. Fall Into My Arms, Surrender, Holding the Opposites Extremes to Life. This is more like embracing friendships. Because some of you may be good at connecting with people, you may be good at like talking to people, but it doesn't feel like it sticks. It doesn't feel like, okay, now this is long term, like we're always going to be friends. You may give off a vibe where like you're here for the moment and then you dip, you know? But you're being asked to be consistent with your communication, like hit people up. Don't be afraid to ask how people are doing, like, hey, how's your day? What's up? You know, I'm just chilling. I'm just doing this. How about you? Oh, my day's been long. Oh, girl, we should hang out sometime. How's Saturday looking? You available on Saturday? Okay, cool. Maybe we should go and grab a bite. Like you're being asked to like kind of be more communicative. Because with part one, it was giving more like put yourself out there physically, go out to places, you know, and be open and receptive. But I'm getting with you guys, like it's not like you're not coming off as closed off to people, but people kind of want to see more effort from you. Like if you start the conversation and even if you check up with people randomly, people are not gonna be like, why is Pal 2 bothering me? Like people are gonna be like really, really happy. Like, hey, I'm getting these are people that you could even know online or you already have their details. Like there's some people that you could actually become closer to, but maybe you don't make the effort. It may feel a bit uncomfortable at first. You may be like, oh, this is outside my comfort zone. But you're being asked to be more communicative. Because some people, I'm getting a lot of people want to be your friend, but you may not give off a vibe that you're like trying to be close. Like people may see you as like a bit like surface level in your friendships. And people want something deeper, but they're kind of waiting on you to show it. I'm getting a lot of people would love to be your friend. So people just kind of wish that you'd share more abundance with your time, with your energy. Okay? For some of you, you may find it like, oh, I don't know how to like start conversations or continue conversations. But you'd be surprised if you're like, hey, what's up? Like if you're just really random, like there is no rule. And I'm saying this acting like it's easy, even though I struggle with this myself. Like sometimes I'm just low key like people be calling me on the phone. I'm like, I don't want to pick this up, or I don't really reach out to people. And it's not to say that I don't care about them. It's just sometimes I'm like, what do I say after hi, how are you? And they're like, yeah, I'm good. You, yeah, I'm good. Sometimes I run out of what to say. I feel like I find it easier to talk to people I don't know, like in real life, because I'm getting to know them. But then when I already know a few people that I've met in real life, it feels like, okay, either the vibe is there or it's not, you know? And I feel like you're being advised to talk more. We do have remain positive. So maybe some of you guys may have some of you guys may suffer from social anxiety, or you may get anxious around people. You may feel like, oh, like, what do I say? Am I coming off as a weirdo? You may overthink your interactions. And you're being asked to just be yourself, okay? We have the Rose Phoenix. So this is all about self-love, like giving that love to yourself. Realizing that, you know, your friend vibe will accept you as you are. You're not going to be seen as strange or weird. And if you are, like, these people are going to love you regardless. And whoever doesn't, whoever makes you feel like you can't be yourself around them, that's not your friendship. Because I feel like sometimes this reminds me of... there's a woman called Floss Baby, I think, on Instagram, and she mentioned pay attention to your intuition, because sometimes your intuition will make you feel weird around certain people and you won't know why, and then later down the line you befriend them and then they end up betraying you. So I'm not saying go and be talkative with people that you feel a bad vibe from. Like, I'm just saying if there are people who haven't really given you any sort of bad vibes, have been relatively friendly with you, you're being advised to like start up conversations with such people that you really like their vibe. Like, what's the worst that can happen? What's the worst that can happen? What, they ignore you? Okay, cool. Then you know where you stand. Because I'm getting like people actually want to be close friends with you, pal, too, but they feel like your energy may, you know, you may not show it, or you may not be as wanting to be as close as they want, you know? Because I'm getting, if you just hit people up randomly, like, hey, what's up? Nothing much. I'm just out and about. I just thought I'd check up on you. How's life going? Okay, cool. Like, even for some of you could even like bring the tea to someone like, hey, this is really random, but like I recently just bumped into this person and we had like a blast here, and you know what? They actually gave me tickets to this concert. I was wondering, do you wanna come? Like, for some of you, it could be like an invitation on your end, like, hey, I've been really wanting to go to this place and I have no one to go with. Do you wanna come? And then you just bond that way. Because I'm getting like people are just mostly waiting on your communication, and I'm getting it's a lot of people too. You guys just may be very selective. But yeah, there's just a need to be more communicative, if I'm going to be honest, and remaining positive. You know, what's the worst that can happen? What, people are going to find you strange? Once you accept yourself, you're not going to worry about like who's accepting of you or not. You know you're going to attract the right tribe. You know, with me, like I'm very selective of who I call like a very close friend. But I feel like I can identify a friend with someone where I'm not afraid to talk to them about things, or if they hit me up, I'm like, okay, cool. I don't feel drained instantly by them. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I can talk to you. I'm receptive to that, you know? Or you could tell them anything, you know? But I feel like if I feel like, oh, I don't get that vibe from like that person, then I won't. Um, and it can start off so minor. You guys can like start sending memes to people, but like, hey, like I found this funny, I'm gonna send it to you. Sometimes people will spark things up that way with you, and you may be like, okay, cool. Like you may like the comment or like the message, but you're being asked to reciprocate if you're interested, you know, or you to be the one to start it. Astro the IPN, a woman who I did my collab with, the song I did, Feminine Energy. When I first met her, she's a Gemini as well. When I first met her, I wasn't trying to look for friendships or anything. I just wanted to perform my music. And out of all the people there, because you know I'm born and raised in the UK, there is a UK type of music genre, and I don't fit that genre because my music is far from like UK related, right? Only thing British about my music is my accent, right? But with her, she's from Bermuda, but she has a very American accent and her music is very American styled. And that's what we bonded on. So when I first met her, I'm like, I really love her music. I would love to collab with someone like that. And she was really friendly. Like she just seemed to be like, she's just very inviting. Like I didn't have any friends there. I didn't know anyone. I even met my ex there. Like I didn't know a single soul until I went to that environment. And because she was so friendly, she goes, hey, are you performing today? Hey, like, we should go grab a drink. Like, oh, what kind of things did you like? She just seemed very inviting. So I'm like, okay, cool. And then we became friends and we exchanged social medias. And then, like, out of the blue, randomly, she would just be sending me memes. And we're both neurodivergent, so it's kind of like we connected on that. So I'm like, okay, cool. That's random. Are we close? Are we not? Are we friends? I don't know. So I just started sending her memes back. Anything I found funny, I just send it to her. And then she started sending it to me. And then after that, I'm like, you know what? I like her music. Hey, do you want to collab? She goes, yeah, sure, let's collab. And then we became friends, you know? So now whenever something happens, I'm like, oh my God, like I just went through a breakup. What should I do? She goes, oh girl, I got you. And then she'll be sending me quotes and things to really uplift me. So sometimes it happens where, you know, you feel the vibes of someone and don't be afraid to spark up a conversation, even if it's through a compliment or through making someone's day. I would say start the first move and see how someone responds to it, you know? But you'd be surprised, Patu. A lot of people actually already in your life do want to be close friends with you, but they just don't know if you're feeling that type of way. And you'd be surprised that they'd be open and honest to like, you know, do the things that you want to do, but you got to actually make that effort, okay? Because some people are waiting on you to make that effort. But yeah, this isn't giving more online, like being more vocal. With Power One, it's more like going out more, but you guys are more like extending the olive branch online, okay? But yeah, that's what I'm getting. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to end that one there. I'm going to move on to pile 3. Okay, so pile 3, 27 minutes and 57 seconds. You guys chose Kintsugi. Okay, so how can you make friends? I really love this card. I feel like this is low-key my favorite in the deck. And for those of you who may or may not have clicked on Pile 1 or Pile 2, I do mention about Alice Loves Exists Visions. She recently made a lo-fi sound manifestation about getting asked out, making more friends. So I would highly recommend that if you're in the mood to, you know, be invited out and make more friends, okay? But yeah, Kintsugi. So we have If You Believe, Deep Cellular Healing, Arcturus Energy, Physical and Emotional Healing. We have 49 Detox. 4 is all about stability. 9 is about endings. 4 plus 9 rounds back to, I think 13, but it rounds back to 4 in the end. So stability, endings to stability, detox. Ooh, okay. Radiant, may you shine brightly. We have water sign energy with the 10 of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And then we have the Queen of Swords, which is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Ooh. Pile 3. If I'm going to be very honest with you guys, some of the people that you're surrounding yourself with in general, like friendships or not, like you could be around very toxic energy, or just you could be in the process of like cleansing toxic energy. Like I'm not gonna lie, Pile 3, a lot of people want to be your friend, but you could have encountered people that were very like clingy or like obsessed with your energy, and you could encounter friendships where things are great in the beginning and then they suddenly turn toxic or they turn dark, and you just don't want to deal with people like that. or you could have been in one-sided situations. But I feel like through every elevation energetically, when you're working on yourself, you may feel like you're outgrowing certain people, and that's okay. It's part of life. But with this detox card, I'm not gonna lie, there could be, for some of you, there could be people around you that are kind of toxic, that kind of prevent you from finding better friends. Or maybe it could just be yourself, where you're in a lower vibration, you're trying to like heal and work on yourself and do the shadow work, and as you're elevating, you're finding yourself a bit more reclusive, a bit more introverted, a bit more like, I don't want to make friends with anyone. It's like, I want friends, but at the same time, it's like, I want high quality friends. Like, I don't want to just be with just anyone and everyone, right? You're detoxing yourself from people who are no longer in alignment. For some of you, you could be losing a lot of friends. It's weird. I was seeing like a blue orb, and I don't know what that means. And I rarely see blue orbs. I usually see them white orbs. Very, very strange. Anyways, if you guys know what that means, please let me know, because I don't know what that was. But yeah, you guys could be in a stage of healing, wanting friends, but kind of like not desperate for them. It's kind of like, okay, I want high quality friends. And you're purging who you're outgrowing in your life, who you're weeding out from the real, from the fake. Like, you're just kind of like purging when it comes to who you want around you, because sometimes when you're around low vibrational people or toxic energy, it can kind of stop you from finding better, high quality people, even in relationships. Okay, so you're paying attention to what is energizing you and what is draining you, and anything that's draining you, you're kind of like losing interest and keeping to yourself, and anything that is going to energize you, you're going to be more receptive to. Okay. Yeah, because we do have deep cellular healing, Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. Some of you guys have dealt with people who don't appreciate you, or dealt with people who kind of drain your energy, who are very toxic, or everything's great and then they become jealous of you. So it's kind of left you feeling like you don't know who you can trust. So anyone that you get a really bad vibe from, you're keeping your distance. And anyone that you do get a good vibe from, you're keeping in your life. You guys could have been going through healing in general, because I'm getting an upgrade within yourself. And it's what's going to attract other people. For some of you, you could have been dimming your light. You could have not been allowing yourself to be seen, hiding in plain sight for a long time. I'm getting a lot of people see the potential in you, Power 3, but they're kind of hoping you don't. Yeah. You could have felt a bit of burden in your friendships. So people come to you the most, but like you have no one who you can truly go to. But you're being asked to shine. We have radiant. May you shine brightly. I feel like you could even have friendships that kind of drain you, or kind of make you feel a little bit like, I don't want to be close to people. Yeah, because I heard, I don't want no frauds. I feel like, yeah, you may have dealt with people who have secret animosity towards you, or insecure people, or just people who just don't have your best interest. Or maybe it starts off innocent, then it turns dark, and you're just like, I don't want to deal with it. But you're being asked to shine and be your most authentic true self, and just put yourself out there. I feel like when you're in a higher vibration, higher spirits, where you're content and you're really happy, like you're not so focused on having the most friends, you're just focused on yourself and your own internal happiness. I think that's when the friends are going to come in. There's not much you have to do, if I'm going to be honest with you, because we have the Queen of Swords, which is someone who's very selective. They're very strict. You guys may have high morals and values, and you don't want to be friends with people who are very immoral. And I don't mean it in a way where I'm being judgy, like, oh, I don't want that one. That person's not a good person. Like, who am I to tell someone that they're not a good person? We all have good and bad in us. But I feel like you want someone who your values align with. Like, say, for example, like with me, I grew up with majority of my friends when I was young. A lot of them are Muslim. A lot of them won't go to parties or drink or clubs or anything. I grew up quite, I wouldn't say sheltered, but if I explain to most people, it sounds sheltered, but my parents are not strict. It's just, I feel like with the way I grew up, I attracted friends where like we didn't really go out and do the typical teenage things, whereby like, oh, let's go and like meet boys, let's go and like sneak into here, use fake ID. Like, our life is pretty simple. Like, we go to the park, we have a picnic, we have a great time. Or I don't know, like the simplest things in life just make us happy. Just being in each other's company, like that was it. You know, we wouldn't go out and drink and party and stuff. That wouldn't be fun for us. Like, we didn't gravitate towards that. So we just kind of kept a very innocent life, I guess. It's only once we left school, like everyone went their own way. But yeah, so I feel like so say for example, you may want someone who has the same interests, same morals, same values as you, you know? Like, if you enjoy being a foodie and you want to go to different restaurants, you want a friend to go out and have nice meals with, you know? Or if you want to go out for karaoke, you may feel like you want friends that are willing to do that, but then maybe you have friends that are too shy for that and they're like, they're not interested in that, you know? Yeah, it just depends on what your interests are. Or say for example, if you already have friends but they're just very different, they're very reserved, and you want friends that are more outgoing, you may want someone who you can align with. Okay. But I'm honestly, I'm not getting that you have to do much. I feel like you're in this process of purging. You're going to be attracting new people in your life very soon. I'm trying to bring up an example because it kind of reminds you of me. Like, I can be friends with multiple types of personality. So I don't know, it's a Gemini thing. I grew up with strict friends where you couldn't do a lot of things. A lot of them virgins, they don't drink, that like they keep to themselves. Like, their idea of fun is like, let's just go and eat together, and that's simple, right? Which is nothing wrong with that. But then with me, I like put myself out there. Like, even me and my best friend, like, we're similar and different at the same time. She's my BFF, you know, like to the max, but she's not extroverted. So if I have gigs, if I have birthday parties where there are lots of people there, like, she's just like, oh, I just want to spend time with you alone. Like, screw these other people. You're my best friend. Let's spend our one-on-one together. And like, you can do that like extroverted stuff with your other friends sort of thing. So she would not gravitate towards dance classes. Like, the thought of that would terrify her. Like, oh my God, I don't want to dance in front of people. What the hell? But I love to dance. So instead of going with her, I would just go on my own. And then I meet people who also like dance as well. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Now I have people to dance with because they're there, you know? So you guys are just meant to just go with what you enjoy doing, or how you want to be, and be selective with who you want to. I feel like this is an energy of purging the people that are, it's more focused on getting rid of people who no longer serve you, people who you have to watch out for, maybe toxic, potentially insecure, jealous people that you need to get rid of first. And then with time, you're going to start coming into your power more and shining brightly. And then that's what's going to attract new people to you. I'm getting your vibration increasing for a lot of you here, because we do have if you believe. So I feel like if this is what you really want, that you're going to be manifesting new connections, new friendships that are very solid. But it's like, once you get rid of the people that you no longer align with, and it doesn't have to be catastrophic, like I'm no longer your friend, but it's just kind of identifying who do you want to be. What kind of person do you want to be? And I'll tell you what kind of people you want to surround yourself with, basically. Because I know people say like, oh, like, I'm different to my friends. But I feel like it's very common with, because you know the saying, birds of a feather flock together. It's really common with men, I've noticed. Like, in my past, anytime like I've known a guy, I look at his friends and I'm like, oh, they're all like this. So you're most likely going to be like that. And they're like, no, I'm different. I'm not like my friends. And they end up being just like their friends, whether they realize it or not. Like, say, for example, if I'm getting to know a guy and his friends all cheat on women or degrade women, they're like, but I'm not like that. But there must be some commonality as to why you're friends with them. And then they end up cheating. Do you see what I'm saying? So like, sometimes it's like, you need to figure out who you truly are and who you want to align with, who you want to surround yourself with. And I think from that point on, you attract your soul tribe, the people that you're meant to be friends with, you know? Because I love, for example, people who are very loyal and very stable. I'm not just talking about financially, I just mean like mentally, emotionally stable, secure in themselves, people who are not going to be threatened by me or insecure. And you see what I'm saying? People who are very supportive and loving people. I really do flock towards people who are very introverted. I love them because it feels like a privilege. Like, whoa, like, you're introverted, you're selective with who you're friends with, and you chose to befriend me. Like, I feel honored, you know. I like that cozy sort of friendship. Like, it's like not a group, like that cozy friendship that's just like, yeah, like, we're like this. That's why me and my best friend are like this. It's been like, what, 14 years, you know? And I love the vibe she gives me. She's a Cancer. I love her energy, you know? Yeah. And I feel like if I was to say to myself, what kind of person am I? I look at her qualities and I'm like, okay, we have the same morals, same values. I can see why we're best friends, you know? Yeah. But with the Kintsugi, this is all about accepting yourself. So Kintsugi is all about seeing yourself in a way where even though you've gone through trials and tribulations, you are a stronger, much better version of yourself. So when you smash a plate, you may think, "Oh my God, now the plate is in pieces." But when you glue it back together, in the Japanese culture, it looks beautiful. It's like it's even beautiful because of what you've gone through. It's your experience. So you may want to surround yourself with people who have gone through certain experiences, and it's kind of made them who they are today. Like, I feel like you want to be around people that you can actually mutually respect. Okay, with the Queen of Swords, like you may want someone with like someone who you can look at them and be like, I'm inspired by you. Because maybe you could have been friends with people who are inspired by you, but then that turns into animosity or jealousy. And you want people who you can feel inspired by, who you can learn from, who you can also lean on, you know? Maybe it's been the opposite for you, where like you're not as stimulated, I guess, mentally stimulated. But yeah, honestly, if I'm going to be completely honest, you don't have to do anything. It's just detaching from the people that no longer align with you, that feel draining, and then aligning yourself with who you want to be and where you're at in life. And you're going to find people that are going to resonate with you even more, you know? But that's all I'm getting. I hope that was helpful. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bye, guys.